Hey everybody, so we did this wonderful tour, we signed off, and then I'm walking out and there's a whole nother hallway. So we're gonna talk about it. Here we are. Hi Henrietta.
Yes, good to see you
You had a whole nother hallway up your sleeve.
Oh, I know it. We got hidden
There's
things around
no
here.
way we can't shout about these ones.
Oh, the little babies, of course, you'll see. This one's got a little fly on her nose. And you'll see Betsy Wetsy, Tiny Tears, Didy Babies, those kinds of things in here. Just the fun dolls.
Oh my gosh, we
little
love
play
Tiny
dolls.
Tears and Betsy Wetsy and Didy Baby. Look at that Didy Baby. He's got the applied ears. He's the early one.
Yeah,
these are
rubber
so much
ears.
fun. Yes, the rubber ears. Now we love.
This little Italian doll here just cracks me.
Oh, he does. He cracks me. He is so happy to have his little cake. And of course, Tammy by Ideal was a competitor for Barbie. Didn't quite meet Barbie's success, but people love Tammy.
Yes, and of course the Dr. Little Chat family.
Yes. I always love Mom's hair. Her hair just kills me.
Oh, that beehive is
I
pretty
love
hot.
it. Isn't it fabulous? So much fun. And of course, here's some Liberty of Londons, which are in beautiful condition. You have a whole set right here. Now, are these modern studio stuff, Giraffe?
Yeah, and these, of course, the kids love these big animals.
Yes.
And they're sitting out. They're allowed to pet them, and they hug them to pieces. But believe it or not, Rachel, those are my first two dolls that I bought.
These right
These
here.
two little,
Oh my gosh.
handmade Raggedy Ann and Andy type. They are not real Raggedy Anns, but it's the type. Of course, that kind of spurred a little bit of interest in me, and I had bought them to sit in a big chair in my bedroom. I had a big wicker chair. But this room has so many special.
Look at this.
This case has got a lot of history in it.
Oh,
Maggie
wow.
and Jigs.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Dennis the
So many of the
Menace.
classic cartoons. Who doesn't love Betty Boop?
Yeah, those are the original 30s, the wood segmented ones. Nancy and Sluggo, Little Lulu and Alvin and Tubby. There's another original Eloise in there. Oh my. And one of my prizes, this Bumstead boy. What was his name? Oh my gosh, it doesn't
Look
come
at
into
that.
this second. Alexander.
The original Dennis the
Alexander,
Menace. Oh
yeah.
yes, Alexander.
And he signed that for me. He was here one time, the
Oh,
original
wow.
Dennis the Menace. Of course, you hardly are going to be able to see my Charles Lindbergh.
We'll get back in there.
Look at this. And that's why Girl Scouts
So-
love this place. All of these
Oh, look at
beautiful
those.
little,
Yes.
yeah. And even some Boy Scouts and things in there. The Heartland toys.
Phenomenal.
Charles Lindbergh was so long I didn't know where to put him. So he has to sit in the corner with his legs coming forward, and there he is. He's from the 1920s.
Look at that,
right
everybody.
after he made that trip across the Atlantic.
That is such an incredibly
and
rare
it looks
doll.
just like him. It's just
It
amazing.
sure does.
I don't
Those
know
are
who the artist
so
was
hard to find.
Created him, but he's just
Real? Is
super.
he made out of composition?
Yes.
Phenomenal.
That Mrs. John Wright's here.
Oh, we're gonna turn around. So we
Hi,
have these.
Kathy.
I'm just checking on you.
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
I'm
we're
good,
having a
honey.
great time.
She fell yesterday, so I'm just checking on her to make sure.
I got
Oh,
a good
well-
bruise to show
Oh,
you.
Henrietta, thank you for rising up and being here for us today. This is just, you have no idea what this means to so many people across the world.
And I love the Dion Quinns, and I have so many
Oh, yes,
sets
we
of
love
those.
Dion's. Oh, and you have the Dr.
And
Defoe.
his nurse, yes.
Those are very rare.
And of course we have, up on top, the Judy Garland and Sonia Hannay and all those 30s personalities. I know it. It's too much to take in. It is overwhelming. Oh,
The
those
Margaret
claw
Rose,
dolls,
those are
yes.
wonderful. Look at those Chad Valleys. Those are fantastic.
Those are so beautiful. I love those dolls.
Those are
and it's
so
too
hard
bad
to
they have
find.
to sit in the back there. That's what I say. Space-wise, I could expand this museum into 3 times this size.
Right.
because I've just sort of, you know, packed things
But
in here.
we love it. Doll people, this is what our collections could hope to look like. Doll people, we pack it in. Do not even think twice about it. We love it. These wonderful Vol and Raggedy Anns are
They are super
fantastic.
I love them. Yeah. And this is kind of the history of Raggedy Ann in here, all of the different ones from the different manufacturers. Of course, we have the R. Joan Wright one also. I love his stuff. And that's Wendy Lawton and her little Raggedy Ann,
Of course.
too. That's sweet. Of course, now, you know, I love the Beccassine. And that's the French. Actually, it's kind of the French equivalent as the Raggedy Ann is here. The Beccassine is kind of what they love in France. She was a little nanny, little airhead nanny. And that's such a beautiful sample.
Yes.
It was donated by a gentleman who actually bought that doll in France.
Oh my gosh.
And he brought it back for his mother. And one day he was in here and said something about, "You've got everything in here. Is there anything you don't have?" And I said, "Well, I would love to have a Beccassine." Not thinking anything about it. Who would have known he had one? Well, he did, and he brought it in and donated it.
Oh
and
my
so
God, she's
that
wonderful.
that makes my heart just jump when people do that. Of course, you know, your Terry Lees. We can't forget them either.
And this is the Joe one. I'm trying to think.
Oh, it'll come to me.
The Joe
too.
one.
Yeah.
Very, very rare, the Black Terry Lee. I'm going to think of it in just a second. We handled a few of them a couple years ago. They're just wonderful.
The little tiny, and even the little baby Linda.
Look at those.
She's something
Oh,
else.
look at her. Oh, in the Jocko.
Yeah, it goes with it. Mm-hmm. And the Linda, what's her name? The bigger one, the one with the...
Connie Lynn.
Connie Lynn. Yes, Connie Lynn. Good for you.
Connie Lynn.
You know your dolls, Rachel. That's super.
Oh, well, thank you. I
really,
love dolls.
Yes, I see you're very familiar with dolls.
So we have, and our viewers are tuning in. Teresa Varga just said, this is just heavenly to watch. You guys are in doll heaven right now.
Some beautiful 50s dolls here and a few others. Oh,
Wow.
They're such beautiful samples of almost everything you can think
They
of.
really are. This is Deweese Cochran right here.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Deweese in there.
Yes. Oh, just lovely. Yep, there's another one right there.
These are beautiful 40s. I had to put them in there because they are just mint.
Oh, and you have, you know, to have a beautiful example of something and a representation, they're all so important. It doesn't have to cost $500,000 to be museum quality.
Right.
And you understand that. So you have examples from everything.
Oh, yes.
But you do have beautiful condition examples, which is just such a treat to see.
That Tony doll in there is something I just,
Is that a Tony in the very back, in the corner?
No, that's not the Tony. The Tony is the one in the patriotic. And I got her at an auction.
Yes,
and
there she is.
My
Oh,
gosh,
she's
everybody wanted her.
She's phenomenal.
Oh, it's just so great to see dolls like that.
So wonderful.
All kinds of hard plastics from the 50s, the Margaret O'Briens, and you name it. One of the nice little Sashas. That's kind of one of the rare ones. I forget what it is. But just beautiful little pieces.
The Sissies and the Margaret O'Briens and the wonderful Alexanders.
And that one is, what's her name? No. Isn't it funny? It just sometimes
it
happens
to all
everybody?
of us. Yes, it does.
I think that's my age.
So we have the Crib Proud Ginnies.
Princess. Little Princess?
Little Princess, maybe? So we're looking at these wonderful Ginnies. And look at this. I love the Ginnies place. So you have these great store displays everywhere. Look at these wonderful Ginnies. Nancy Ann's storybook. Jean Porter just said, where is this? We are in Ohio, and the closest big city to this is Columbus. And Henrietta, what town are we in right now?
Well, we are right outside of Canal Winchester.
Okay, we're outside of Canal Winchester. This is not a museum that you visit just because you're in town. This is a museum that you get on a plane, train or automobile, and come see. Because this is an opportunity. There's nothing like seeing them in person. But we are so thrilled that we can be bringing these to you via live stream today. Ginnies upon Ginnies, I just love them. Jean, you're in Ohio? Well, then you better get over here. They're open 4 days a week from 10 to 4. Wow. Oh, Henrietta, this hallway is so much fun.
The Little Red Riding Hood group is neat.
You're the only person I've ever met that had an extra hallway of dolls up their sleeve. Look at these international dolls. How much fun. You can really just travel the world through all these international examples.
I have a very nice collection of the Door of Hope also.
Where?
In the next
Oh,
down.
right here. We love Door of Hope. Do you have any of the children?
I think there's a child
Look at that.
hiding back in
There
there
he is.
somewhere.
Door of Hope dolls were made by the Door of Hope mission, women in China, and they saved many, many women from young women and girls from going into the sex trade industry. So they're so culturally important and beautiful. I think they're just so beautiful.
So well done.
So well done.
And the clothing is just representative. I mean, it is just like what they wore. That's why they're so special.
They're incredibly special.
Historical statements again.
Again.
Of course, we got the gollywogs, so, you know, R. John Wrights.
Yes. R. John Wrights, and we saw the Bonzo up there.
Oh, I love him. He's got that face that just cracks you up.
There's some more R. John Wrights. Yeah, Bonzo is a lot of fun. John Wright and Susan did a wonderful job with Bonzo. Of course, I've never seen them not do a wonderful job with anything, but Bonzo was just beyond. I love his little toenails. Look at his little toenails. I mean, they're just so realistic.
Of course, I always point out Dorothy because if that doesn't show the true artistry of this gentleman, I'm telling you, anybody that can create that type of likeness out of a piece of felt is just incredible.
It is. Dorothy was the first in the Wizard of Oz series by R. John Wright, and when Dorothy came onto the scene, people they couldn't believe it. They lost their minds. Every time I look at her, I truly expect her to start talking. The Tin Man was one of my favorites in that collection.
Yes.
Wasn't he just phenomenal? Great. So this was the last hallway that Henrietta had up her sleeve. We're here at the Mid-Ohio Historic Doll and Toy Museum in Winchester, Ohio. This was such an incredible experience. We posted 3 videos on our wall. They're going to go on YouTube. Share the videos, support the museum, come and talk to Henrietta. She is a true doll warrior out here, speaking the gospel of dolls and sharing it with the world. And she has made all of her dolls accessible to the world for you to come and see. You can learn, you can spend the day, and you can have a lot of fun. She's open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday?
From 11 to 4:30.
From 11 to 4:30. So do a road trip with your doll club and come on down. We just had a great time. Thank you. Bye, everybody.